We are finally having good weather in Melbourne. It is such a treat for me. I'm so excited. I am such a summer baby. I am happiest when I am warm, even hot. Well, not too hot. But yesterday I was actually sunbathing in my backyard and it felt like at least 27 degrees Celsius. So very good weather. I think that Miss Rosie is enjoying the weather as well because she's allowed outside a lot more. She can play. Oh, she doesn't really play anymore. I guess at her age, she's a grandma. She is 13 as of this month, October 2024. So yeah, she kind of, when she goes out with me outside, she'll mainly stick around and she'll just sit with me, typically under my chair, so that as soon as I get up and go back into the house or go somewhere, she will follow. So I have a new big goal in life and I am very excited about this because I feel like I do better in life when I do have a big goal. It's like it gives me a direction and it helps me to stay, I guess, focused and more even like happier within myself because there's a vision in my life. There's something I'm going towards or working towards, etc. And for so many years now, my big goal or my big vision was basically just to keep growing my business. I've been so focused on my business for the last 10 years or so. It always just felt very vague. Like I knew I wanted to achieve certain things and reach certain numbers when it comes to the growth of my business, but it still just felt reasonably vague in terms of just more, just bigger, you know, keep the momentum going, keep things growing. But the problem with this kind of vaguely defined goals is that you don't quite know if or when you got there or get there. And then the other day I was actually speaking to my man about buying property and about buying a house. He is currently in the process of looking for a place. Obviously, I have my own place now. He's looking for a place to purchase. And we've been just looking, going to inspections and checking out properties, just basically in all sorts of different places, in all sorts of different like price brackets, etc. And unfortunately, the area that we both like is fairly expensive, very pricey. It is a beautiful area. It's there's a lot of nature around here and it's just gorgeous and it's reasonably well located in terms of public transport or getting to the city if needs be. I barely ever go to the city because I just don't really have any needs or no particular need, you know, to go there for. But considering that houses in this area are ridiculously expensive, one of the options that we were considering was actually moving even further away and finding a place that is actually fairly cheap comparing to those houses around here. And the reason for that would be to actually just buy it with cash, buy it outright and leave mortgage free. I think that this idea would definitely appeal to anybody. If you can leave mortgage free, rent free and just own your place outright, isn't that just an amazing prospect in terms of taking away such a big chunk of your monthly expenses? Okay, Rosie is happy now. So obviously there are certain trade-offs that you need to take into consideration when you think about buying a cheap place or cheaper, buying a place that is not top of the range. It's not gonna be close to most amenities or most services or the CBD, etc. It's gonna be a bit further away, which means that commuting there and back will be more of a problem, or it will just take more time. But it also means that you would feel a lot more financial freedom and, I guess, sense of relaxation around your spending and your income. And I have already experienced in my life mortgage-free living, because when I went to Europe last year, I bought my apartment in Poland and I bought it with cash. And so for that entire 8 months that I was in Europe and traveling through Europe, I had my apartment and I was, going back to it and staying in it for as long as I wanted. And I didn't have any mortgage payments or no rent payments because I owned it outright. Obviously, I still own it. It is still there, but currently it is tenanted, and we've just signed with my tenants a 3-year lease, so they will stay there for the next 3 years. But this whole idea of mortgage-free living here in Australia, that's been just really coming back to me, because I've been scared so much in my life, and mainly around finances. I've spent so many years of my adult life being completely on my own, without my family, without any kind of safety net that would allow me to know that things will be okay, even if shit hits the fan, if I lose my job or lose my income, things will be still okay. And so I just feel like this fear being my constant companion throughout my life when it comes to my survival and my financial well-being, it would be just so amazing to not have to worry about my accommodation or paying for my home. Hence came the plan, sort of still kind of forming in my head, around what if in 3 years' time, when my tenants move out from the place in Poland, I'll sell it and I will bring the money here to Australia. I will probably also maybe potentially sell this place and then consolidate all my cash and decide what I can do with it, either alone, being just me, or together with my partner, and whether I can be in a position to actually buy a place outright or almost outright with like maybe the tiniest of mortgage, and continue on basically to live a mortgage-free life. And I have no idea what that's gonna look like. I might actually make so much money in those next 3 years that I'm just gonna be easily able to buy the kind of house I want to live in, that is nearby, that is in this beautiful, gorgeous nature area where I won't have to travel 3 hours away from the city and live somewhere that is just further away. But I think like the main thing about actually having a goal that is very practical and measurable, I have been checking the real estate market and seeing how much are different houses in different areas, closer and further away from the city. Also, over the next 3 years, I do intend to just keep saving as much as I can and putting away as much money as I can for that goal, so that in 3 years' time, I'll be able to look at all of that and just decide, okay, what can I do? What do I need to do right now? What will that look like, creating that goal of mortgage-free living? So this is like a very measurable, very tangible goal, not kind of this wishy-washy goal of just growing my business and having things be better and growing bigger, etc. And I do want to actually tell you a little story, something that happened to me about 2018. I was living in the Byron Bay area in Australia, in northern New South Wales, and I loved it, but I was completely broke. I mean, not only broke, in debt, living off of my credit card, building the online part of my business, and like working my ass off. Somebody told me about this concept that if you want to achieve certain particular things in life, you're meant to like write them down, make a list of things you want, then pick 3, because if you have more than 3, then there's just no way you'll be able to effectively work on all of them at the same time. So just pick 3 and decide which one is the most important. So like pick one really out of that list and start daily, or as often as you can, taking steps towards that goal. For me at that point, the goal was to have an eye surgery. I was short-sighted for most of my life and I was wearing either glasses or contact lenses. But the cost of eye surgery was so much that I actually just couldn't see how I could potentially afford spending that kind of money. But as I was told to do, I started doing research. Basically started doing everything I could to bring myself to that goal. I was doing research around who charges how much, what are the clinics, who is having good reviews, like where can I do it, when can I do it, what exactly the procedure will look like, etc., etc. And then within, I think, 3 months, I had that surgery done. And afterwards, it was kind of hard for me to believe that this is what I created, that I did get there, that something that seemed so impossible became a reality within a matter of a few months. So this is why I felt like having a goal of a mortgage-free living, like that could be this for me, the next big goal, something that I can really practically keep working towards. And I hope that this will inspire you as well to start specifying or clarifying your goals and working towards them, even if it means just making the tiniest little steps towards the creation of that goal every single day, because that's the only way to make it happen. Okay, good luck with that. And now I need to get ready because my man will be here soon and we are going out for dinner and then to a guitar concert, and I'm excited.